It is the infamous photograph of Prince Andrew that went around the world and helped destroy his reputation. Nearly a decade after this extraordinary image was first revealed by the Mail on Sunday, a fierce debate still rages over its authenticity, with claims that it's actually a fake.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
Despite suggestions by Prince Andrew and his supporters that it's been doctored, this newspaper can exclusively now reveal crucial new evidence the photograph is in fact genuine. Shown here for the first time is the back of the original photo. Not only does it have the date it was processed, it even names the US photo lab that developed it. And, for the first time on video, the man who photographed the original print explains why it cannot have been faked.
I think it's absurd. I held the photo, it was a normal photograph, it was a physical print, it exists.
Grinning for the camera, with his arm around the waist of 17-year-old Virginia Roberts, is King Charles's brother, Prince Andrew. Behind the camera, and taking the picture, was financier Jeffrey Epstein, later revealed to be a paedophile. In the background is Ghislaine Maxwell, now in a US jail after being convicted of sex trafficking. Our exclusive photograph of Prince Andrew with Miss Roberts has for years been at the centre of her devastating claims that she was trafficked to the UK from the US by paedophile Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and pimped out to the Duke of York. She says it was taken at Maxwell's London home by Epstein on the night that she and Prince Andrew danced at Tramp nightclub before returning to Ghislaine's house to have sex. Andrew has always strenuously denied the claims, but in February 2022, the Royal agreed an undisclosed settlement after Miss Roberts, who now uses the married name Giffre, accused him of sex abuse in a US civil court. The speculation, however, around whether the photograph is genuine continues, fueled by a prison interview with Maxwell, who is currently serving 20 years in jail for sex trafficking.
I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I'm sure it's not. There's never been an original. I've only ever seen a photocopy of it. I don't believe it happened.
Hi, I'm Michael Thomas, the photographer who photographed the photograph of Prince Andrew and Virginia Roberts. I photographed it for the Mail on Sunday while on assignment in Australia, doing a story with Virginia Roberts in 2011. She pulled out the picture. We were both like, oh, that's quite an interesting photo. Gee, this is quite a big thing. She had an envelope which had probably 13 to 14 different pictures of her time with Jeffrey Epstein. One of those was of Prince Andrew, which is the picture everybody seems to be talking about. I knew it was an important photo. So she handed me the photograph, and then I just put it on the table in the hotel room, and then I copied it, and I think I took over 30 frames, which is quite overkill for copying one photo, but I thought I didn't want to get it out of focus or get it wrong, because I knew how important it was. And then I turned the photo over, and I took, I think, 3 frames of the back of the photo. I was holding the original, photo in my hand. It was a normal 6x4 inch print that you would have got from any sort of developer at the time. It looked like it was 10 years old. The print, it wasn't crisp and everything, because it had been developed in 2001, so she'd held on to it for 10 years by the time that I saw it, and it was just a normal print. She gave it to me, turned it around. On the back, obviously, it says that it was developed at Walgreens, and then it had the date that it was developed on. So there was nothing. So yeah, no, at no point did I think it was fake.
From the information on the back of the photograph, we can reveal for the first time that it was most likely developed at this Walgreens pharmacy in West Palm Beach, just a 2-minute drive from where Miss Roberts was living. It was processed on March the 13th, 2001, 3 days after it is alleged she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew. The date perfectly ties in with the flight logs from Epstein's private jet. They show Miss Roberts arrived in the UK on March the 9th, 2001, and then flew back to America on March the 11th. Virginia Roberts has always maintained the Prince Andrew photo is real.
I'm calling BS on this, because that's what it is. He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth, and I know that's me.
Thomas, A news photographer with 37 years of experience has no doubt the picture he held when he met Miss Roberts in 2011 was genuine.
We went to Virginia's house. She lived in a bungalow in sort of pretty rural New South Wales. And it was just a basic, house. She had her 3 kids. She wasn't massively computer literate. I don't think she even had a computer at the house. 2011, technology was miles back from where we are today. So for somebody to fake that photo or to Photoshop it, you would have to be a very, very clever, trained person to be able to do that.
Analysis of the metadata embedded in each of Mr. Thomas's 39 copies of the original photograph also backs up his account. It even shows that he took a picture of the front of the original image at 1:04 p.m. and 27 seconds before turning the photograph over and taking a picture of its reverse 16 seconds later.
I just think it's ridiculous, and always have thought it was ridiculous. In the 4 weeks I spent with her, and we conducted a lot of interviews with her over the time, and at no point did I think she was anything other than just telling us the truth. And for 12 years I get emails, I've been asked, is it fake, and I say no, but nobody actually says what it is about it that's fake, and nothing was faked in it.
Thank you for watching, but don't forget to click here to subscribe to our Royals channel for Palace Confidential, which brings you the latest royal news, views and gossip. See you there.